guys, Sinister Gaming here with a new video. And this video I'm going to be reacting to the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer number 1 here. But starting off with the history of the trailer announced date and everything. On November 8th, 2023, they made a message from Rockstar Games thanking the community during the celebrations leading towards their 25th anniversary as a company, whatever. And there wasn't too much information aside for the one little thing about in early December they would release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto, which they did. And then aside from that, it was supposed to release for Tuesday, December 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. However, it did actually end up releasing early, as I'll show over on X, aka Twitter here. So, their trailer ended up leaking apparently, so they ended up having to release it early. Now it might have been 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern on the 4th instead, I think, because of that or something. I'm not gonna click the tweet to see the exact time, do not really care to see that, but yes. And then now into the goodness of reacting to the trailer. Now admittedly, I do use the Xbox game bar in order to record, and it does not really seem to full screen, unfortunately, so I opted for the theater view, which is kind of next closest I can get to full screen to be able to record it as efficiently as possible. Unfortunately, it just does not full screen recording. I would have to start it on full screen, so if I did it full screen at the start, I would only be able to cover this, not even the other 2 tabs and stuff. So apologies for any inconvenience that this will not be in full screen. But yes. Now to be reacting to the trailer. And for copyright reasons, I'm not going to be playing the whole trailer. I do not believe Rockstar Take-Two like it when you put whole trailer, or otherwise they end up claiming it or something. Not like a community guideline strike or anything super serious, but it's more for huger creators. I think they strike it down, or not strike it down, but they get rid of monetization or something like that. Just in case it were to impact me in some way, I'm not going to be watching the whole thing. You can do it on your own time. So, first I'll go into 3 seconds here. So, right here seems to be a commercial jet, whatever, something all like that. So it seems to, at least in the single player, you will probably be having the massive jets, and I assume obviously it would be flyable again. Now, whether that makes its way into the online this time around, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. But yes. And then on the truck here, I notice it seems to have a Patriot beer design on it, which is kind of pretty alright and cool and all that. There's a boat trailer thing over here, which I assume would work similarly to Grand Theft Auto 5 currently, with the boat trailer mechanic kind of thing. And aside for that, just some birds for the interesting stuff in there, pretty much. Next, I want to go into 5 seconds here, where you can see a jail, prison, or penitentiary, whatever. Into 7 seconds here. And yeah, there is some caption stuff as well, and again, I'm not going to be playing the thing just in case, because Rockstar Take-Two do not seem to like it the most when people actually play the trailer. I think sound on or off doesn't really matter, so just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to be going for the times again here. But this will be the female protagonist here, certainly. This is the most major name, I believe, that comes up in the whole entire trailer. The whole entire trailer here, this is the most significant name that seems to show up with Lucia here. So Lucia will be a new protagonist here, which is pretty cool. It'll actually be one of the first times, one of the only times, in fact, that they do have female protagonists. Now, people do believe that she is the first female protagonist, however, though, that is not truly the case. In the 2D universe, at least, with Grand Theft Auto 1, the very first Grand Theft Auto 1, there was like a few female protagonists, actually, that you could choose between in that game. So she's not technically the first female protagonist. But outside of like 2D universe, she's like the first one in like a real long fucking time. So in some ways, I guess you could say that. And then when you see the like outside here, I feel in this screenshot, it kind of makes it look like the one from like Grand Theft Auto 4 for like the penitentiary, whatever, in that game. I feel it reminds me of the one from that game in like Alderney, whatever. That's pretty cool. And then, yeah, she has like an orange jumpsuit on, giving flashbacks to like the beginning of Grand Theft Auto 3, which is pretty cool. Now, just another second to 8 seconds here. Okay, a little more, I think. Do you know why you are here? Okay, so the only thing for 8 seconds here is this seems to be a somewhat important character in the green here. Like an important, like, supporting character or something like that. Whatever you would kind of call her role, whatever. And then for 11 seconds here. For 11 seconds here, I seem to notice that there is a 3D universe styled kind of boat here. But the look of this boat does look pretty familiar from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, I do not exactly remember on top of my head like what the boat was called, but I swear there was a very familiar looking one like that in the 3D universe game Grand Theft Auto Vice City, probably Vice City Stories as well. I'm not sure if it's a boat that's even in Grand Theft Auto 5. This might be a boat returning from like the 3D universe, like I've kind of been suggesting. And then dolphins, I think it's like dolphins over here. Dolphins will definitely be making a return from Grand Theft Auto 5. And then going a little bit more here, later into 11 seconds, there seems to be what I think is the Pegassi speeder here. Now, obviously, I'm not the most sure if that would be the Pegassi speeder, but I am leaning towards it being the Pegassi speeder, or some other kind of speedboat. And it seems next up we want to go into 13 seconds here. So at 13 seconds here, I want to note that the beach is insanely populated here. I feel it looks much more populated than I feel Vespucci Beach currently is in Grand Theft Auto 5. And then, for those that may have not realized, this is basically an HD universe version of Vice City. Vice City was definitely one of the couple settings that I thought was definitely most likely for Grand Theft Auto 6. Turns out it is indeed going to be Vice City, especially the VI gave some very good vibes of Vice City. The other most likely setting I was kind of seeing would be possibly San Fierro being the next area of San Andreas past Los Santos. Okay, so the city here for Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be Vice City, which I kind of suggested earlier, but I kind of wanted to confirm since it's shown at the city there, like the city skyline there. So now I want to go into 14 seconds, where there is a GTA Vice City style dodo. What I mean with the GTA Vice City style dodo is it's a dodo that holds like a banner on like the back of it. In Grand Theft Auto Vice City, there's a dodo with the banner like on the back of it, and you can even blow it up with like the Hunter helicopter in that game. and it would actually give you like an insane like 2 to 3 star wand level, like when you blew up the first one, and like pretty much every other one would give you like another star. Blowing up those dodos would be like a pretty easy way of getting stars in that game. So I hope they kind of return that feature of being able to get easy wand levels for blowing up like the dodo. That would be a pretty cool throwback to Vice City. So that's what I mean with like a Vice City style dodo here. And to me, it does look like it has like the seaplane parts as well. So it might be like Grand Theft Auto 5, where it's only going to be a seaplane version, and there's no like separate like seaplane vehicle known as like the Skimmer or whatever from like the 3D universe. I do hope there's a regular like land version of the dodo, but it might not be pretty likely, unfortunately. And then it seems I kind of want to go to 16 seconds here next. Where like around this area you can see a helicopter apparently here. That's pretty much the only noteworthy thing I wanted to mention there. So on to 19 seconds. Not there, but a little more. Okay, so for 19 seconds, I noted down hovercraft. I seem to think this is either a hovercraft or some kind of boat with like a fan on the back of it or something. Which could maybe be the return of the Vortex from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, or it could even be like the Bover 6-4, which is from Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, which also has a version of the hovercraft as well. From those couple of 3D Universe GTA games, it could be a throwback vehicle, or maybe they give it a whole different name. If they were to call it the Vortex, it would be weird though, since they did add a motorcycle into GTA Online. Grand Theft Auto Online added a motorcycle called a Vortex as well, so it would be kind of weird if they call it Vortex or something. Would definitely be kind of weird if they did call it Vortex with the Vortex motorcycle from Grand Theft Auto Online, yes. And then I seem to think these are some new swampy areas that might have not existed in the 3D Universe rendition of Vice City. I do not feel these like swampy kind of areas would have existed in Vice City. And then next I'm going to be wanting to go into 21 seconds here, where it seems to be showing off some brand new wildlife, which does not seem to previously exist with Grand Theft Auto 5. Maybe it returns from Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm either thinking they're egrets from like Red Dead Redemption 2 or flamingos. I feel flamingos would be the more likely scenario, I feel. Which are obviously not in Grand Theft Auto 5, so that would be a cool new thing of wildlife. And then on to 22 seconds here. I feel you get a little bit of a better look at the helicopter from earlier, unless it's a whole different helicopter. There's actually jet skis on the right here, so just like Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, this rendition of Vice City will also have a jet ski. Makes sense because they're going to want this game after like the whole over a decade it took to get a whole another trailer and a whole game release even. They're going to be wanting to make this one the newest, biggest, and ambitious GTA title, I'm certain, so it makes sense that they would return the jet skis for the Vice City setting, like in Vice City Stories. And then I think there's like a second type of helicopter over like here as well. Now unfortunately I feel you can't exactly get the greatest looks at some of the vehicles and stuff in some cases in the trailer, but yeah. I'm kind of thinking it's the Sparrow or the Sea Sparrow or like some other similar-ish kind of looking helicopter or something. Maybe an amphibious helicopter. That's what I was personally kind of thinking, but I'm not 100% on that one. And then for 23 seconds here, 23 seconds here, I feel there's another little look at the commercial jet from earlier, whatever. There's a couple speedboats here. Now, I'm not the most sure exactly what some of these would be. Maybe like the Longfin from like the Kyle Prequel Heist DLC could be making an appearance here. I have no fucking clue, but a couple speedboats, maybe they're all the same type of speedboat. I'm not exactly thinking it's the speeder that I was thinking one was from earlier. I'm thinking maybe some different ones. And then I feel we're getting some areas pretty reminiscent to the 3D Universe versions of Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, I think had like a green kind of like boat here in like the north of the map, I believe, in those games. So yeah, I feel this was like the northern like dock areas or something like that from like the 3D Universe versions of the game, and I think not far from that was a bridge in that game as well. So it could be some similar areas from like the 3D Universe, but obviously the map could be vastly different from the 3D Universe games, obviously, like per usual. And then next I want to be wanting to go into 25 seconds here. Now 25 seconds. I'm kind of thinking the vehicle that the woman here is in is actually going to be a Voltic. I feel that's the Voltic from like day one of Grand Theft Auto 5 from 2013. I could be wrong about that, but I feel it looks pretty similar with like the little... I feel there's like a carbon like... I feel there's like a carbon like band in the center, like the back center or something. I feel that's a pretty distinct feature of the Voltic, so I was kind of thinking it was a Voltic here. And I think it's also like a roofless vehicle as well in Grand Theft Auto 5 for sure. So I'm not 100% on that, but I am thinking it's the Coil Voltic. And then the only other things I think I found interesting in this section here was the VCI airport and then downtown, I'm pretty sure it says here as well. Downtown and the VCI airport were pretty much next to each other in the 3D Universe games again, similar to the like boat area for Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. So that suggests that the airport and the downtown will pretty much be next to each other once again. So maybe that can be even further connections to the 3D Universe map, for those that's a little interested in that kind of stuff. And then 28 seconds here is where I want to go to next. Okay, so for 28 seconds, I seem to notice a bunch of lowriders, and I think that I even noticed a donk vehicle as well. But yeah, lowriders are pretty popular in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which was another single-player game, of course. And then Grand Theft Auto Online obviously had a bunch of huge lowrider like DLCs, so it would make sense that they would probably want to have like lowriders for like day one for this game this time around with how successful the lowriders were for Grand Theft Auto Online. And then this vehicle here is higher up, which suggests like donks to me. There's only one vehicle like that, I'm pretty sure, in Grand Theft Auto Online currently, and that is the Faction Custom Donk. And there's no other donk vehicle in the game, I believe, aside for that, for the entire series. I think it's the only one for the entire GTA series is the Faction Custom Donk, so I'm not sure if it's the same vehicle here, or if it's like a new one with a donk upgrade or something. And I'm thinking this might possibly be a lowrider mod shop as well, for this like yellow E building here or something. And then onto 29 seconds here. You may be a little confused as to like what kind of like club this is at first, but up here in like the top center, it says like make it rain like Mondays or something. Which to me is definitely suggesting a strip club, which you would probably expect. But for those that might have been kind of on the fence, I do think this over here does suggest a strip club. And then on to 30 seconds here. Maybe a little more as well here. Alright, yeah. I feel these couple of characters here could be some pretty important characters for the story. That's pretty much all I kind of wanted to point out. I don't know, they're kind of put a good bit of emphasis. They do kind of put a good bit of emphasis on these couple of characters to where it's kind of suggesting they might play some kind of role in the story. And then on to 32 seconds here. To me, it's looking like the return of the P-Fister Comet S2 Cabrio and then the Grotti Cheetah Classic. Comet S2 Cabrio, I think this is definitely that. Grotti Cheetah Classic here, which did make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto Online. So that would be making a comeback because it was like the Vice City version of the Cheetah after all, so it would make sense to return in this game. Whether it's the main Cheetah or it's also known as Cheetah Classic in this game, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. But yeah, this one even has a Cheetah license plate, so this one's pretty much all but confirmed as well. Whereas the Comet S2 Cabrio is a little more on the speculative side, but it looks very much like the one from the contract DLC. I could swear on it. I can definitely swear on that, indeed. So I think those are a couple returning vehicles from Grand Theft Auto Online here. In kind of 3D universe, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. And then, pretty iconic location here, actually. That's not the easiest to see unless you're paying that much attention to it, I feel. But I think it says Ocean View Hotel in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories might have been known as like Ocean Beach Hotel, possibly too. So I think it's a pretty iconic first safe house. I do think it's a very iconic first safe house from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And then at 34 seconds seems to be where I want to go to next. A little later, there. Alright, so this to me looks like another club, similar to like the strip club, but I noticed like a little fan over here, which to me suggests like some Japanese kind of style, like club or something, I don't know. Japanese, like Chinese or something like that. It's kind of vibes I'm getting. I'm not sure like exactly what kind of club, but something along the lines I'm thinking. And in 36 seconds, that's what I want to go to next. Okay, so 36 seconds here, you get a close-up of the Dodo seaplane, which pretty much all but confirms the return of the Dodo seaplane for Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online's version of it. And then, yeah. I feel these are also new areas that were not in the 3D universe version of Vice City with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. These island areas I do not think existed before. And then on to 39 seconds here. Alright, yeah. I think that's the best I can get it, basically, here. 39 seconds is a big one here. Because the woman here is wearing a Santa Nove branded bikini here. very cool returning manufacturer here. It's even the gold version too. It's not like the multicolored version, which I think makes it extra fucking hot. This bitch needs to be the fucking mascot for Grand Theft Auto 6. She needs to be the fucking mascot. I don't think she's Lucia. Some people seem to think she's fucking Lucia. I don't think she's Lucia. I think they're two different characters. Make her the fucking mascot, please. I'm not buying the game unless she's the fucking mascot. But yeah. And it also seems it's like a hangout spot. Also seems to be like a hangout spot with a pool on the roof. So I wonder if you can actually do a bunch of hanging out up here, like in free mode or something. That would be pretty cool. I don't feel there's been much of something like that in other GTA titles. And then for 40 seconds here, if you needed even harder confirmation on Vice City being a setting, here's the Vice sign here. And for 41 seconds, later there, yes. I feel 41 seconds, the boat there could be the Marquis, or some kind of yacht or something. Could be the Marquis, which is like the big like sailboat in multiple GTA titles already. And then you get new social media features here. Some kind of like new social media stuff will be making its way into this game. I'm not sure why Grand Theft 5 didn't have the biggest social media. It had like a Life Invader and stuff, but I didn't feel it was a very crucial part of the game. So I hope social media does play a bigger role in this game. That would be pretty cool. And then for 42 seconds here, a little later there, actually 42 seconds, seems to show alligators or crocodiles, one of the two. Yeah, a little better look there after going a little more, like maybe even 43 seconds. So that seems to be another thing of new wildlife in addition to like the egrets or like flamingos, whatever from earlier. And then I also noticed a little beach ball here, which I don't know if that's like a little Easter egg, like reference over to the Keepy Uppy like beach ball minigame, which I think you could do for like a trophy in like the PS4 version of Grand Theft Auto Vice City for the PS4 re-release. So I wonder if there's a Keepy Uppy like beach ball kind of minigame in this game, or if it's just supposed to be some slight nod or like Easter egg or something in the trailer or something. Or maybe it's just a beach ball and nothing too significant to it or something. Next I want to jump to 46 seconds here. I feel 46 seconds could be showing off. I feel 46 seconds here could be showing off the drifting mechanics. There's going to be drifting mechanics that's going to be making its way into the next Grand Theft Auto Online DLC for winter 2023. So perhaps they're going to work drifting mechanics into the next main GTA title as well, of course. It could be a little preview of what's... It could definitely be a little preview It could be a little preview of what's to come. And then next I want to go to 48 seconds here. 48 seconds. I noticed there's a go like Posto like logo here. So I'm thinking it might be a Go Postal interior, or they're just advertised on the shop or something. Could just be some like food convenience store or something. Maybe there's a random event involving alligator or crocodile here as well. Would be a fun random event protecting a store from a crocodile or whatever. And yeah, fall to food here. I wonder if he would be able to eat like in Grand Theft Auto 4. That would be a cool returning feature. And then yeah, 48 seconds here as well. I'm thinking there's like a shotgun here of some kind. $49 seconds here. 49 seconds here, I'm thinking is a police raid or something with like green police car as well. I guess more than 50 seconds here was the green police car here. Also 50 seconds here. Has like the Aero gas station here. Alright, then for 50 seconds here. Alright, it's a very small window. I want to see if I can get that. Alright, there. For 51 seconds here. I'm thinking a truck here might be the Vapid Sand King returning here. I feel it kind of looks like the Grand Theft Auto 5 version of the Vapid Sand King. That's just me thinking it though, it's just a side view, so it's not too easy to tell though. With the like limited view you get of it, I feel though, that's kind of my guess. And for 52 seconds here. Mentioned something about Leonida here, which is probably a location. Otherwise, the Vapid tow truck seems to be making a return here. As you would probably expect. And then for like 52, 53 seconds here. Looks like you see like a green customized like truck here with like interesting logos on the back window here. And on to 55 seconds. 55 seconds here. There's a mention here of like a Fruitability like mud club or something, some kind of like club about like off-road vehicles or something perhaps, with some looks and whatnot. Later in 55 seconds, I feel there's like a certain vehicle that might be making a return as well. Vehicle stuff take with a grain of salt though, just there's very limited looks of most of the vehicles in this trailer, so some of them are just my thoughts, kind of, that they could be certain returning vehicles. But I feel that could be like the Nagasaki Outlaw or something from like the Damasceno Heist DLC. I feel Nagasaki Outlaw could be making a return from like the Damasceno Heist DLC, or yes. And then into 56 seconds. I feel this could be the Vapid Liberator, but I'm also kind of thinking it could be just some kind of truck with like some American flag like a livery on it or something as well. There's probably some of those in online you could kind of guess like what it is or something perhaps, if it is like a returning vehicle and not like some new vehicle. And then next I'll go into 58 seconds here. 58 seconds here seems to have some like subtitle stuff there. Might be the first time since in the early moments of like Lucia and all that stuff. But yes. the social media account there, whatever it is called, like Lucia Libre fan, which I'm not sure if that's like a reference to like some character from like the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC. And there was like a Lucha Libre kind of like mask character from that update, I thought. From like the Fulgans or something like that, from like the Fulgans gang or something. So maybe the Fulgans gang could somehow have like a branch in like Vice City or something like that, who knows. That's what I'm kind of thinking there. And then it mentions something about like a hamlet as well, which is like a certain other location for Vice City, certainly. And getting over a minute here, final of a minute and a second here. There's even more like dialogues and stuff too, it seems as well. I might not show all of them per se, but still. I think 101 definitely gives some better, like, a minute 101 I think definitely gives some better looks at like green police cars, basically. So it seems the green police cars from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories will be making a return for the green colored police cars, which is pretty cool. Very cool, unique police car colors, so very cool to be seeing some of that appearing to be coming back. And I want to go to the next second here. This guy here is dialogue here. I feel it's like the only male character that's had much dialogue, honestly, when it comes to like the subtitles and stuff like that. So I feel that's very much proving that this is a male protagonist here as well. So it seems this game will be leaning towards like a 2 protagonist system instead of like a 3 protagonist system. I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 did. It seems it'll be a duo protagonist thing instead of like a trio, whatever. Which I'm fine with. Each game doesn't need like multiple characters per se, as long as it's a good game, I feel. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they handle some of that. But yeah, it's unlikely the male protagonist, which I don't believe they show off like a name for the character, but I think it has been in leaks already if you are not interested in knowing about it. And then you see a bandana here as well, I wanted to point out too. And then 103 here. If you weren't very convinced, that's probably a second protagonist here. Lucia does make another appearance here in 103. Again, I don't think she's the character that was in the Sante, like Nove, like bikini, whatever pronunciation for it all again, but some people seem to kind of think that, I think. Again, I think that Sustenta Nove, like bikini bitch would probably be the mascot, the female mascot for the game or something. Like the red bikini bitch, it's the Grand Theft Auto 5 mascot, kind of like female mascot, whatever. And then I want to go into 104 here. 104 here just seems to be some Weasel News footage. I just wanted to show that there is like a reappearance of the Weasel News, as you would probably expect. Now 105 I think is a pretty big area here, that shows a good bit of stuff. Okay, a little later I think, yes, here. 105, it seems you can see like ATV wheelies there. Now I don't really feel that ATVs could wheelie at all in Grand Theft Auto 5 or anything like on the ground. Like at least not as easy as you're seeing the character do it in there. So maybe they're adding the feature for ATVs to be able to wheelie like motorcycles for this game, because I don't think it's that simple for ATVs to wheelie currently in Grand Theft Auto Online or anything right now. I'm also possibly thinking that's the return of the Street Blazer as well, but I'm not 100% certain on that, from the Street Blazer from like the Bikers DLC. And then this could also be the possible return of the off-road races, which was like a side activity from Grand Theft Auto 5 for like the 100% completion. And then next I want to go into 107 here. So for 107 here, I'm thinking it's a possible biker gang mission. It says stuff about cops failing to stop thugs on motorbikes terrorizing Vice City. So perhaps you have like biker gang missions similar to what you had in like Grand Theft Auto Vice City with like Mitch Baker. There was like Bill Mitch Baker, whatever, like the biker gang missions you did in that game. Kind of could be very reminiscent to, could definitely be pretty reminiscent to stuff like that from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And then I think there's a couple returning vehicles. One I'm pretty certain on with the stripe here, but the other I'm not 100%, but I do feel it could be the case. I'm thinking one of the stripe here could be the Bravado Banshee, the pretty iconic Bravado Banshee. One of the more iconic like Rockstar vehicles in the game. The Banshee even got like a real life version. Banshee even got like a real life version at one point. That was made around the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, so that one's pretty clearly a pretty popular vehicle when it comes to Rockstar. And then the P-Fister Comet, I'm thinking this is the P-Fister Comet here. I am definitely thinking this one here is the P-Fister Comet for sure. And then I also noticed there seems to be some white police cars as well. So some police cars will be white. There's some green ones it looks like. This might even be a black one, or maybe that's just a green one in the middle there. So like Grand Theft Auto 5, there's going to be some variety when it comes to the colors of the police cars, as you would probably expect. And then on to 108 here. On to 108 here. There's a little like branding here of like the high rollers, like lifestyle, maybe some kind of company or something. I'm not the most 100% there. And what is this? I kind of forget what the top word is, but I think the middle word was like laughter and then something ops or something like that. I'm not 100% sure there. There seems to be like dialogue under this person, so it does suggest that they're a more significant character here. They're probably going to be more of a like supporting character, not like some NPC, not some random NPC. I'm thinking with the dialogue down here. I'm thinking it could maybe be like a gang leader of some kind, personally, is what I was kind of leaning towards. And then on to 109 here. Here, just pretty much wanted to point out that there is like Pisswaster and in E-Cola, you can see those represented in like a convenience store or like some straight up store or something like that here. I guess Rockstar Team E-Cola, because I do not recall seeing Sprunk at all in this trailer, so I guess Rockstar's Team E-Cola and not Team Sprunk. Going off of his trailer at least. And then 111 here. I feel this one might be the Vapid Gauntlet here. I don't know, I feel this was the Vapid Gauntlet or maybe like a Saber Turbo or something. I'm thinking Vapid Gauntlet or the like Saber Turbo, like the classy Saber Turbo or something like that. Some kind of returning muscle car, I feel, from the GTA series. I feel it might have that like drifting mechanic that's going to be coming out for like the winter DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online as well. So maybe there's some kind of like drifting with the gauntlet or maybe could be a hint or something of like a vehicle that could be getting that for the upcoming DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online as well. I noticed some like gun shops back there. Like, I don't know if there are a couple different gun shops or if they're all the same gun shop. Some more of those like subtitles here. I'm trying to see if I can get an exact look of it. Okay, here I kinda can, but there was a better place where you could see it a little bit better, I feel, but there's mention of like a Port Gellhorn or something like that. Which is kind of significant because Port Gellhorn was part of like leaks in the past and stuff, so that seems to confirm like the Port Gellhorn that was like mentioned from like certain leaks. So some kind of location thing there. Also, like another sign for like a gun shop or something, like advertising ones over from earlier or whatever. And then onto 113 here. You see that same male and female, like, supposed protagonists there. I'm thinking for sure Lucia is a protagonist. I would assume for sure the male character is a protagonist as well, since they've been pretty significant in the later parts here as well. So first of all, I'm thinking this is a safe house here, not some like random like building that they're in for no reason or something. I'm assuming this is some kind of safe house of some kind. And with Lucy on top of like Jason, let me not say that. I think that's from a leak or something that I've heard about, but yes. But Lucia here, fucking on top of the male character here. And the male character doesn't have a shirt on right now, I'm pretty sure. So is that a fucking protagonist sex scene there? Fucking low. Might be getting a little too kinky with that assumption there, but maybe it's a sex scene or something. GTA hasn't really had sex scenes yet, and so that would be like a series first, would it not? That could be pretty revolutionary for the series. If so. And then as for a possible theme for like the story mode or something for like the little like dynamic like duo here or whatever, basically of Lucia and then the male character that I don't think was named in the trailer here. Fucking, I think the saying around like, I think the saying like online or whatever is that like the two characters could be like a Bonnie and like Clyde kind of group or something, where they do like robberies together and stuff like that. So like a Bonnie and Clyde like love kind of story is what people seem to be thinking, and I'm kind of thinking that as well. Personally, could be like some of the like story themes for sure. Now, honestly, I feel ever since Grand Theft Auto Online like went heavy into weaponized vehicles, I would have actually kind of liked to see like a weaponized vehicle story. I mean, it could still kind of do that, I'm sure, with like the Bonnie and Clyde kind of like story too, but yeah. I'm thinking the story could be similar to like if I'm thinking the story could be kind of similar to like if like Claude and like Catalina they actually like worked together the entire game. It could be something similar to that. Like let's say that Catalina did not betray Claude at the beginning of Grand Theft Auto 3 and they were like two protagonists in that game or something like that. I could see this as a similar story to Grand Theft Auto 3, except things actually do go right this time around, and that there's no betrayal, aside for possibly like an ending to the game or something. So that's the kind of story I'm kind of assuming here with the characters, like look-wise and stuff like that. And then 117 here, this will be like the final major bits, kind of. Here, I feel the truck on the right here could be like the regular Walton or something. There was like the Walton truck in like the 3D Universe games, like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There was like the Walton, which was a truck which had like the little like wood panels on like the side here, if you that you see. Maybe it was a little taller like wood panels, but still. I don't feel there's too much other trucks I can think of that have like the little like wood panels and like the like trunk here and whatnot. So maybe it's like the Walton. I know San Andreas Mercenaries has the Walton L35. I'm not necessarily thinking it's the Walton L35, though. I don't know. Maybe it could be. Again, take that with a grain of salt. I'm just assuming off of like looks from previous GTA games and stuff. And then I couldn't really make out what the place was on like the door here. When it comes to like the name of the place, I've actually had better luck looking at like the yellow here, and it seems to be called like Uncle Jack's Loyalty or something like that, I think, for the store name or something. So I'm thinking they're doing like a little robbery here. So I'm thinking Lucia and the male character here are doing like a little like robbery here or something like that. So a little robbery here like Uncle Jack's Loyalty could very much be the theme of a certain mission. Like a certain robbery mission or like a heist or something. And then that was pretty much it for the like actual trailer itself. And then last but not least, you get the little Grand Theft Auto 6 logo here, coming in 2025, they say. Now, they do not mention it here, but obviously it's going to be on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series systems, the Xbox Series X and S. No mention of PC, I believe, obviously. They don't really show any platforms, in fact, on here, but if it goes off of previous GTA games, at least Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, they launched on console first, and after a while, they do eventually release onto PC, like after a couple years or something, at most. I could very much see that being the same case as well here for Grand Theft Auto 6. In fact, I think there's other sources where Rockstar was, or like Take-Two were confirming that it's on the 9th gen consoles, but they didn't have any mentions of PC or something, so there's other sources apparently out there about that, even though they don't show on the trailer itself. So anyways, that's finally going to be it for the stream. Sorry this breakdown was like 50-ish minutes long and stuff, but like, someone was like kind of in my way while I was like recording and shit, in like the bathroom and shit, and fucking connected ass bathroom hallway and shit, so I got kind of nervous throughout it and whatnot. I'm not exactly the most comfortable right now, they're still up and stuff, so I'm not like recording where I absolutely want to record, unfortunately, on like my last video I did. But that's fine going to be it for this video here. If I said stream a couple times, I mean video, obviously. Hope you enjoyed.